I like the hair.
Yeah, I put a plait in here for the occasion.
They're very trendy at the moment.
I know, right? And also, I've been like trying to find my I've got my braces in, and I'm like thinking, shit, like I'm gonna like start saying words that you're not gonna understand what I'm saying because I've got braces in. Just by the way, yeah, if just saying, you might not be able to hear me with these braces on.
It's fine. If I can't hear you, I'll get you to try and be a bit clearer.
I have to take them out.
Yeah.
Or just take them out.
Are you taking them out now, or?
No, I think I'll leave it, and then we'll see if it progresses. If it gets
I can't notice
people can't understand me, or
I can't notice the difference.
Yeah, okay,
you don't have a listening.
Okay, good. That's why I paid so much money.
I can hear Nancy from the other side. Invisaligners, for all those that are listening, the way forward.
Yeah, can you tell?
You're happy with it? No, I can't.
I'm starting to notice very small, subtle changes. You probably can't tell.
No, are you taking photos? Because you will regret it if you don't take photos.
I know, I need to, but I'm going to see him in a couple of weeks' time, so that'll be interesting to get my next batch, and then we'll be doing it in Rhodes. Well, I'll be doing it in Rhodes. You won't be putting them on for me.
No, I don't think so. Let's hope not. You're taking them out when you're rat-assed.
Yeah.
That'll be a funny story for the podcast.
Might have to.
Last night I took Nick's Invisaligners out of my mouth because she was so drunk.
I have thought about this, like, how is this going to work? Because I don't think it's going to be a struggle. It's a struggle just to get your makeup off in the morning, isn't it?
Nope.
The night of a big night out.
Yeah. So context, me and Nicola are off to Rhodes 1st of May. Was meant to be the end of this month, but good old boy Bojo pushed our plans back a bit, but that's okay. We're off to help celebrate the love of two people. We're there to help them tie the knot and live happily ever after.
And it's weird because me and you are so like, I wouldn't say we're against marriage, but we're just like, we're not for it.
Yeah, I had a chat with a friend yesterday. It might be in the day before. Can't remember which day it was. Lockdown life. And I literally said to her, like, nothing lasts forever. I was like, why do people say I'm gonna love you forever? Because forever doesn't exist. I'm such a cynic.
We should not be planning weddings. I don't understand why she's doing this.
It's fine, we can put on an act and it might change our mind. But I think also as well, like, if you're talking about love and marriage from a single perspective, you're not going to look at it like you would when you're in love and want to live with that person forever, in quotation marks. So it's two different
forever
things.
Is a scary word, don't you think?
Yeah, but it doesn't.
That triggers me. Like, that word triggers me.
But we don't live. I know, and the thing is that's just so funny is we don't live forever. So how can you be in love with someone forever? Because forever actually doesn't exist. So it's such a weird like concept, really. This whole I'm gonna love you forever, and then we all feel let down because that person doesn't love us forever. But then actually forever doesn't exist. So I don't think. I mean, who knows? I might change my mind, but I feel like my next relationship I'm going to go into, I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to love you forever. It's going to be like, oh, I might, like you for a few years.
I love you for now.
For now. I love you right now in the present. Who knows? That might change tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I don't think that. I feel like love, like, it affects your mind, doesn't it? You don't think properly.
You don't. It's a foggy thing.
It is. That's happy.
I'm happy being single.
Be able to think properly.
And it's weird. I've already told you, but I honestly, it's weird to me to think that this is the first time I've been single for it's coming up to my anniversary, my 1-year anniversary in next month. That's crazy.
And how
single
long
the longest time since I was.
How long were you in relationships for?
Like 2 years. 2 years, really. 2 years is my max. So my first relationship was 2.5 years, and then ever since then it's just been like 2 years, and then I've had flings for like a year. Flings. Who has a fling for a year? And but I've been in relationships since I was 16 years old, and only up until this point now, 26, nearly 27, have I been single for this long time, which has been a year.
Woo!
That's crazy.
So crazy, but so good, and you feel
so
great,
good.
don't you?
And I love it. Single life.
And this is definitely something that we want to cover more, you know, in parts of it, because you know we do want this to be like an MLM podcast and talk about our experience, but we have so much more that we want to talk about as well. So it's like figuring out our niche, but also adding in like us as well. So I mean, shall we dive in?
Yeah, let's dive in.
Let's dive into why we are starting this.
Wait, should we say welcome? Should we do that? Welcome. To...
What, should we do it together? You say the first bit, I'll say the next bit.
Okay, welcome to the podcast of Tash and Nick.
Okay, yeah,
No,
carry on.
My name's Nick. My name is, it's Nick, but everyone calls me Nick, but I call myself Nicola, so it's weird when I say Nick. But yes, my name is Nick. Hello.
And I am Tash. I'm 23 and just kind of going with the flow of life, to be honest. So this podcast is Goodbye MLM, Hello Freedom. And we've decided to do this because we've had a bit of a run-in with the old network marketing industry. It has been a ride. It has been an eye-opener, and we want to talk about it. You know, there's a thing as well, which I want to sort of say now to start with. There's quite a lot of big things out there on YouTube and a little bit on podcasts, but not really. But obviously you've got the anti-MLM community. I would like to start off by saying I'm not 100% in that category as of yet. That might change over the time of the podcast. I don't know. But I would like to just say now, Nick might be different. And Nick, obviously you give your opinion in a sec. But like, I wouldn't say that I'm really smack bang in that category. I would say that I'm like in between, because there are parts of network marketing I am grateful for. We wouldn't be doing this podcast. Me and Nick wouldn't have met. I wouldn't have gone to Rhodes last year. I wouldn't be getting a job in Rhodes this year and you know, going to go and have the best summer ever. I wouldn't be the person I am today with my confidence and giving a go a public speaking course. So there are so many parts of network marketing and MLM that I am actually really, really grateful for.
Yes,
and
you did that public speaking, didn't you?
Yeah, I found a public speaking course start of January last year, and it was really great, and I really want to keep going when we can with doing that and increasing my speaking, and I think obviously it will help with this. But I also want to talk about the different sides to network marketing that aren't all glamorous and are hard for some people to come to terms with, and actually the leaving part as well. And there are just loads of things I want to talk about, but I do want to just disclaim that now. I'm not anti it. I don't want to give this horrible hate vibe, because that's not who I am anyway. I do want to lead with love, but I want to explain a few things and talk about my experience. So yeah, that's me. Nicola, you talk about where you're at.
I kind of agree with you in some aspects, most aspects, because I am grateful for the chance that it's given me. It's changed my mindset. It is good for mindset as well. I've been speaking to people about this, and they said, you know, it's really good for your mindset. Kind of changes, like, and you open yourself up to like loads of self-help books and everything like that. So I am grateful for that, because I was in a bit of a shitty situation last year. Like, I didn't really know where I was living, who I was, I don't know, it just I wasn't in the best mindset. So that's helped me in that side of things. And then obviously meeting people, meeting yourself, becoming friends with you. However, I don't agree with it at all.
No.
Like, I am grateful that we have met through this, and it is good for people like myself and yourself, like people who are, I don't know, I would say probably vulnerable, because they don't really know what they want in life. They might be in a vulnerable situation, so then they meet people. So yes, I'm grateful for that side of things, but I don't agree with MLM at all. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't agree.
And I think that's so fair. And I think, you know, the question there really is, would you ever recommend someone to do it? No. Would you recommend someone to do it just for mindset and not for money purposes?
No, because there's so many other things that you can, like, that's probably why I started, because I was like, you know what, I wanted to change. I've got nowhere, like my life isn't going anywhere. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm stuck in 9 to 5 dead end jobs all the time. And then this comes at you and you're like, wow, this is amazing, like this sounds something I could do. And then you meet so many people that are positive, like you're not around the same sort of people. Like in my area in Coventry, it's just everyone's just like miserable. So when you actually go out and meet people,
if you're from Coventry,
that are like on your level and happy, it's like, oh my god, this is the best thing ever. But I wouldn't recommend it for that, because it's a fake facade dream that they create.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree. And of course, you know, we will really debunk a lot of the topics probably on individual podcasts, because there's a lot to say in different areas. Like we've got things we want to talk about with I nearly said toxic, but I meant toxic positivity. There's toxic positivity, which is kind of what you've just touched upon. There's the community, which is a little bit / is pretty fake. Then, you know, there's a range. I can't really think on the top of my head, but there is a range of areas we want to go into individually. This sort of is our introduction to this podcast. Intro, you know, get to know us. We're chit chatty, just two girls going with the flow, and we just really want to share how we felt. And I think that there isn't that much out there, whether you are in an MLM at the moment, which, by the way, I just want to make a disclaimer. MLM stands for multi-level marketing, and that's what the company that we were a part of. I don't feel like we need to say the name right now. That might change. I don't want I just don't know if there's copyright or anything, but we were a part of one together, and then I was a part of another one before. So yeah, multi-level marketing is the way that the company is laid out. They use people instead of marketing expenditure. So instead of putting yourself on Google or on the telly or billboards, they'll just use the people to go out and share the products, and then recruit people to do the same. So recruitment is a massive part of MLM, and there's a little bit of a blurred line between MLM and pyramid schemes, but again, that's probably something we'll cover on another episode, and really debunk whether we were in a pyramid scheme or was it network, you know, an actual MLM / both. And the blurred line between it being illegal and legal. So yeah, that's what MLM means. It's another word for network marketing, but we wanted to put MLM in our podcast name, so those typing in either anti-MLM or MLM could find us and come in and hang out. So yeah, that's what I wanted to just disclose. Anything you want to?
And also, just to confirm on our name as well, in MLM companies and network marketing companies, Tash, you came up with the name for this, because hello freedom, goodbye MLM, hello freedom. Basically, when you're in these companies, you are guaranteed freedom.
Yeah.
And that's the only type of freedom you'll get if you join MLM companies, network marketing. You will be guaranteed freedom. However, we quickly learned that is not the case.
No, that it's so funny. Like, obviously looking back, like we probably both say that we pretty much clocked out October after our holiday, September. We were both on the cusp. I don't know how different it was, but I was thinking it for a few months, but it's very difficult to come to the realization and start talking about it. But we did, and I'm so grateful that we did. So we clocked out in October, but still now I feel like this revelation of actually what we were a part of and what it meant and the psychology of it is so much bigger than what we were in. It's almost like you're experiencing two worlds. It's like the supernatural world and then like this normal reality, and it was like it really took over my brain, and there's lots more. Yes,
100%. I was brainwashed. My family would take the piss out of me. I'd be waking up at like 5:30 in the morning, clocking on, getting on my phone, sending out messages to people for an hour. And then I'd tell my family this, and then I'd go for a walk or whatever, come back and send more messages, and they're just like, sleep. Why are you not sleeping? Like, that's so weird.
Like, I understand people getting up at 5:30 to do things on themselves and like go on a lovely walk,
go for a walk,
meditate. Like, I'm so for that, and I would like to be that person, and I hope I will be that person when we get to road. Like, I want to get up early and make that productive morning. What time did you get up today? Don't worry, it's a Saturday. We talk about it. Actually, well, Nancy, my puppy came, well, my mum's dog, but it's basically my child. She came in at 7, like she always does, but yeah, didn't get out of bed till 12. Let's not go there. It's my phone. It's nasty. I need to get rid of it.
I thought you slept with it downstairs.
I do, but then I brought it up and I got into bed with it. I've lost my trail of thought now. Okay, so so we clocked out in October, but now really understanding what we were involved in. And it's so interesting, that jargon, which I will call it, because you won't really understand it unless you're in it. And there's a lot more we could talk about that. But that financial freedom, that time freedom is something that you will hear pretty much every single day. And when you actually really start thinking about it, where is the time freedom when you've got thousands of people in your team, or you're doing other coaching for other companies or your own company? Like, I don't actually believe that time freedom really exists. I could be wrong, but not for the majority. I believe it's correct. I don't believe the majority in network marketing will gain time and financial freedom, even if they work their hardest for multiple years. It just cannot be possible. So the play on words with this podcast is goodbye MLM, hello freedom, because now, ironically, we have gained our freedom by leaving and deciding it's not for us anymore. And also, as well, we wanted to be able to talk about our newfound freedom and what is to come, with taking you on our journey to being in Rhodes, our journey on becoming adults, which I don't feel like we'll ever be. And just growing up as 20-year-olds. So yeah, that's kind of the way that we've decided to call it. And there's lots more we're going to share. We want to invite people on our podcast. We've already got some interviews lined up. I'm also going to interview my mum at some stage, and Nick's going to interview a family member of her choice. She hasn't decided yet. Dun dun dun.
Could be an ex.
Could be an ex, you know. Yes. That could be saucy. And also, don't just add in about the MLM, add in what it's like to date you. Let's get all the details.
Terrible, probably. Stress.
So yeah, that's kind of the way that we want to go with it. You're very much going to be on the journey with us. Like, we are super novice at this. We haven't planned anything in this interview, which might be a good or a bad thing. We don't know. We're just going to go.
We haven't got anything prepped. It was kind of like last minute just now. I was just like, do you fancy doing it?
Exactly. I'm on my way back. We meant to record this at 3 and we decided to record it at about 12:30.
Yeah.
But we're really excited. I don't know, it's really weird. Like, we honestly didn't actually have the conversation to sit down and go, should we start a podcast? It has.
I was just, because I was going to ask you, like, I don't remember how we came about doing this.
No, we both said that we wanted to do something like this, but it was never like, should we do it together? I don't know. We might have to go through our texts again, but then I feel like we would have spoken about it too. So I don't know. It's really weird, but it's crazy and it's so cool. And
I'm glad we're doing it though. This is cool. Like, this feels so natural. Doesn't this feel
so natural? We just love to talk, and you know, talking. If you can do something good with talking and spread awareness, and ultimately, like, if you are in MLM and you're not enjoying it or you're not sure about it, I really hope that this podcast can help you see the other side and see that it is okay to not carry on if you don't want to, or see it from a different perspective and talk about it to us or, you know, others, or carry on.
No, go on, carry on.
And, you know, if you are looking into getting into an MLM as well, then, you know, I hope that you fall on this podcast to hear our story and our journey. You know, we weren't just in it for a couple of weeks. I have been consumed by MLM for nearly 2 years. My first MLM I got into was January. My first message, I remember it so clearly, that infamous DM, hey hun.
Very good.
January the 9th, 2018, till October 2020. So I have had quite a good run in. So I feel like I have got quite a lot to talk about, and it's not just a dip in, a dip out. It was really, I thought I was going to make it, and I thought this was going to be.
You know what, Tash, I thought you were going to make it. You got so far. Just like, because in the most recent one that we met.
The first time we met. Yeah. The first time we met, I kind of vaguely remember the conversation, and I was on it, like, going it, like, these are the things we do. Like, I was just I was like a regurgitation of my mentor, and that's what they try and make you do, you know. And that's the way to be duplicatable, which is a big word, is you listen to what your mentor is telling you and you regurgitate it. And I did. I mean, I probably did not work as hard as her because she is a machine, but I really wanted it to work. I thought I found my home. I never know what to do. I've dropped out of university. I feel like a failure some of the time. I now work for my granny, which I love, but like, you know, I've got so many other things I want to do, but I've just never known what to do. And this whole like work from home entrepreneurial vibe.
And that's how they get you. And that's how they get you, because you just don't know where you're going in life. Where's your direction? And then this falls on your lap and you're like, wow, this is amazing.
It's meant to be. Meant to be. Alongside with the law of attraction that goes through and through, you know, you work with it essentially, which I would love for us to do an episode on that, because I think it's really fascinating how the law of attraction is consumed by network marketing, and I have learned it, and I am grateful for learning about it in my own way. But is it healthy? Is it unhealthy for law of attraction to be such a big part of people's network marketing journey? I don't know.
No.
And I wonder if that stops people. There's your answer, people. Nailed it. That didn't take very long.
And that's it. And that's right for the first episode together.
And that's the tea spilt.
But yeah, this I think this is what I was going to say. This kind of podcast, our main audience is for people who have reached out to us on our stories recently to say that, you know, they are thinking about leaving and they are having doubts and they're not too sure about this and this. You know, I feel bad and I feel sorry for them because I know exactly where they're coming from. Yeah, you know, I know how they feel, you know how they feel. So this podcast, this really is kind of like, I really hope that this does help people, because that's what we want, really. This isn't like we're not trying to be dickheads, like to get at people. You know, I don't want to cause hate or anything like that. If people are enjoying it, then go ahead, carry on, like, you know, you're entitled to. But I just know there's a lot of people that are feeling trapped in it. Yeah, you would say the same, wouldn't you? That it's kind of like, you know, if you want to express that you want to leave, you kind of get hate thrown at you for it, and it makes you feel shit. So this I do hope this, like, it helps a lot of people to realize that, you know, you don't have to stay in a cult. Like, you can leave the cult.
That's another thing we'll touch upon.
Yeah, we'll touch upon.
Does network marketing MLM companies have a similarity to a cult, purely for the factor that it is hard to leave? That is a massive hard. That is a massive area, which I mean when I was in it, I would have never ever believed or wanted to consider or, you know, accepted. I mean, I'm bloody stubborn as it is, Aries through and through, we both are. So I would have never ever accepted if someone was to say it was like a cult. I would be like, are you kidding me? It's the loveliest thing, it's so nice. But now leaving and finding it hard to leave, I haven't had a peep out of my mentor since I left, even though she told me she loved me.
People haven't followed me on Instagram that were friends.
Exactly.
Went on holiday with them.
Went on holiday with people. And, you know, your mentor doesn't talk to you anymore. So it is very interesting when you start to leave and then start talking about why you're not in it, that change of attitude. And I'm really shocked, actually, especially think there are some lovely people in MLM, and I actually have got quite a few people who I do still talk to, and I respect them and I respect their decisions. If they want to be in an MLM, that's fine. And I don't want them to feel like I am bashing the industry, because I'm not. I am just talking about our own experiences and helping those that want to leave or have a different viewpoint of it. And we really are coming at this podcast with love, I promise you, and we don't want people to feel like they are being attacked. And
but also really just like being completely truthful at the same time. Like, I don't want to sugarcoat shit. Like, no, I just don't. Like, we are coming from love, but we also, it's going to be tough love.
Yeah, definitely. But like tough love is true, you know, it's sometimes it's needed. And but I think, you know, to really adapt on that point we just made, we aren't angry at the people in network marketing. We're just not happy with the industry. And I think that's really fair to say. It's not even necessarily our own company that we were partnered with that's at fault. It's more the industry at a whole, and that these companies are allowed to then form because of the industry, and then the people are born. And
I think it should be illegal. I honestly do think it should be illegal.
Well, it technically is when we dive into the sort of, is it a pyramid, is it not? It technically is, but it's happening because it's partnered with a product. That's how pyramid schemes are illegal, because they don't have a product and it's just money. It's just recruit. But MLMs are partnered with a product. Do people make more money from the product, or do they make more money from the recruitment? Is what we'll go into. Has the product made any money, especially with the company that we were partnered with, or have more people just made loads of money on the recruitment side? And also my biggest one as well, because I was that person who used to say to people, it is not a pyramid scheme. Absolutely not. I wouldn't scam people. I'm a nice person. I was that person. But ultimately, drugs are illegal, but they get sold. I'm going to leave it at that, because this is the best thing I've realized recently, because I was that person who would always say, no, pyramid schemes are illegal. But guess what? One of the biggest industries in the world, which is drugs, is illegal. But it happens.
But everyone's still sniffing cocaine on a Saturday night.
Exactly. So that's a thing to bear in mind. And we will go into it in more detail. But I think it is a really important point. I don't even know if I'm allowed. Are we allowed to say drugs? I don't know.
Yeah, of course we are.
I don't know.
Oh.
We'll see when we get it.
Joe Rogan. Have you listened to Joe Rogan's podcast? Like,
oh no, I haven't.
They take drugs on the podcast. I'm like,
oh, wow.
They smoke weed.
Oh, fair.
This is PG.
This is PG for now.
PG.
PG. But yeah, I feel like that's kind of how it's going to be, you know, and we're just going to run with it. We can't wait to invite more people on it and have lovely chats. And
we've got a few guests lined up, haven't we?
And aren't we just excited to learn more? Because I feel like I feel like a light switch has happened in my brain. You know, I went from, I wouldn't say I necessarily isolated myself too much, but I had my friends who were concerned, my family were concerned, but they just let me get on with it. And I'm grateful for that. No one would ever say, Tash, you need to get out of it, or no one threatened to not be my friend or a loved one because of it. But, you know, they haven't been more happy that I've now left and seen this side. And it's so 100%. Interesting that you find the same thing.
100%. Yeah, my family and my friends, my family were massively concerned when I started, and they were just, God, I'd get so defensive whenever they say, like, you know, this is a pyramid scheme, don't you? And I'd be like, oh, this is not a pyramid scheme. Pyramid schemes are illegal. Well, yeah, like, and then I would be, you know, on my phone constantly. I wouldn't be engaging in any like family activities or just speaking to my family in general. My friends, like, they would ask me to come out and I'll say no. I'll turn down like a night out with my friends because I'll be on the grind.
Working on your business.
Oh, it just triggers me. And it's just it's there's
Do you know what I can... Karen. Sorry. Dara, I'm really bad at that.
What did you say?
I clap my hand in the air. No, what I was going to say is I almost feel like we should get someone on who actually is a small business owner and ask them like how irritating it must feel.
Yeah, it must be so irritating.
As a proper small business owner who started it from scratch,
who has their own product.
Like the idea that, you know, everything all in one, and then to hear on the internet all these working on my small business or support small business, because it must be really hard, and I would love to go into that understanding of, can an MLM company per person actually, is it really a small business, or
no, it's not,
is it that you're just not an employee, so they call you a sole trader because you're not an employee?
I've been followed so many network marketing. Oh, my phone's ringing. Just going to take this one sec. Hello? Yeah. Yes, I'm back. Hello.
Okay, so going back from our mini break, Nicola just had to take a phone call about laser hair and had a lovely time in the loo for number 2. I'm joking.
Are we?
Are we? Because girls eat and poo. We don't need to have that. Okay, so just going back, yeah, I think it would be interesting to have a small business owner come on board. So if you are listening and you are a small business owner and you find MLM businesses rather frustrating, or you would love to talk about it, then please get in touch, or if you know anyone. But yeah, would you like to wrap up our first podcast?
It's been quite free flowing, because I kind of figured like bullet points how we would get into this, like how we were approached, how it was like in the middle, and then why we left. But we've kind of touched on all that, haven't we? I just want to say, how were you approached?
For the first network marketing business I did, I got a message on my vegan account. Of course I got in that I was vegan in the first episode. Shock.
She's talking that she's vegan.
So grow up vegan. So on my other food account, we'll say, and I just was like, yeah,
that's
sure.
Like a side flex right there, isn't it? Side flex. She's got a vegan account, guys. Go follow it. What's the vegan account?
It's not really normal. I don't really use it anymore, so it's not really that interesting. But yeah, I got an interesting message all about like selling some products, making a side income. And at the point in my life, I was so for it. I didn't have anything. I wasn't really doing much. I'm finding it hard to get a job in hospitality. Slash sort of wanted to leave hospitality, but that's all I've been able to do. So yeah, I got involved, was really interested, but then only lasted about 4 months because I found it really difficult to sell the products. I spent a load of money, which I probably will find out for the podcast how much I actually spent, because I don't know in my mind right now, because I've never allowed myself to find out. But bought loads of products, didn't really sell anything except to a few friends and family. And then on the side of that, a friend of mine who I'd known for years, who was a friend, like she didn't go to my school, but I knew of her, was doing another business, and I was really interested, and I love the industry of that business. We can say it actually, which was travel. Yeah, we can say travel.
I think people know, if they follow us on our Instagrams, they would know it was all about travel.
Yeah. So I loved travel more than products personally, so I got involved in the travel business through the friend I knew. I actually messaged her. I was like, what is this all about? I'm really intrigued. She told me all about it, told me how much money she was making, which I'm not sure how true that was. So yeah, I basically got in touch. I was great. I was that, easy target. I not really target because I wasn't targeted. I was easy, like recruitee. I just jumped on board. I was like, sign me up. I love this. Did
you sign up straight away, or did it take you a while?
Probably took me a month or so, but not long. And then I realized I couldn't do both, because I was sort of doing both at the same time. But I actually originally signed up just for the travel side, which is the product, and then started to learn about the marketing side. So I only got involved in the product first to start with, because I was like, yeah, I'll make commission on my own holidays. That makes sense. And then I started to go to different events and so on, which I'd love to talk about in more detail. But yeah, I sort of kind of fell in it myself. I never really got pushed, which I'm really grateful for. I was like, yeah, I'll give it a go. I was super easygoing. But your story is a bit more interesting.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was kind of approached the same way. I don't think we've even touched on what kind of, so we were in the travel business, and obviously both myself and Tash, we are obsessed with traveling. You've traveled like America, and you've gone to quite a lot of places, haven't you?
Yeah, I did the gap year after school. Gap year.
And I've done you've traveled a lot, and we've both done seasons abroad. I've done Ibiza, you've done, where have you done?
I did Corsica after I dropped out of uni. Did Corsica.
Yeah. So it's like we both obviously love the product because we both travel a lot. We love to go abroad. So someone approached me and said, you can actually earn money back on your travels. Like, and it's like, to me, I was like, what? No way. Like, surely that's not possible. But I was obviously fascinated by it. But I should have listened to my gut, because at the same time I was approached, I was just like, something doesn't feel right. I don't know. It just seems a little bit too scammy. This can't be true. And it took me, and it took me like a good 2 or 3 months before I joined. I was going to join straight away, and then I don't know, I just kind of reached out and was like, this is a scam, like straight away, like I was like, am I paying money for this? Of course I'm paying money for this. And then I don't know, I don't know what it was. I think I was just overthinking it, and I was just thinking for ages, you know what, I'm just going to do it. I'll see what happens. And then when I got involved, I was like, this is great. Like, oh my God, we have to take exams. So this must be legit. So we were taking it. You have to take, it's like a little course, and you have an exam at the end. And then you get your qualification. It's like, oh my God, this is definitely legit. Anyway, you are, it's like, I don't know, I was focused on that, but then I soon found out that no one actually gave a shit about travel. And, you know, when you would reach out to your mentor or your friends, you know, how do we like learn about this? I want to know more about the travel side. How do I start getting clients and booking travel for people? Everyone's just like, not sure, just refer to, you know, the Facebook pages, or, you know, they don't have an actual answer. And then I was told by my mentor, like, oh, I don't actually really use the travel, I do the marketing side. And I was like, what's the marketing side? You know, and then that's how they get you saying, well, that you actually can earn more money by sharing this business opportunity with others. So it's the marketing side. Oh, okay. So then I was doing that, but I wasn't even selling I didn't sell a holiday once. I was just what's the word, recruiting people.
Recruiting. 100%. And I would like to disclose that there are people in this business that do book a lot of travel and have made a lot of money from the travel.
And hats off to you guys that are doing that, by the way, because it's hard work.
It's hard, and it's so great to hear people who do book a lot of travel and love it and enjoy it and are building up a client base. I had a chat with a girl recently, and she has about 8 on the go and doing like a honeymoon, and so much respect for that. And I'm so happy to hear that.
To hear that people are actually making a living out of this is amazing. But there is a huge percentage that are not, and are kind of sold this fake dream that you can do that, but you're not. No one's really doing that. They're just like, they're in it for the pyramid scheme. The other side,
the residual income, which is what you'll hear a lot when you're in it. I never knew of residual income when I was not in it, and that's what's so big to build a team. But yeah, I think it's so great to hear people are looking to travel, but unfortunately it isn't a massive reality, because network marketing is focused on building a team and sharing the business and making that residual income. And ultimately, if you are focused on the travel side, you only have one way of making income through the travel commissions. If you do both, then you have a 7 in total from the business that we did. So it almost made sense to do both, you know, but by doing both, you don't have to focus on the product side. You can just focus on the recruitment side. And so that's where the boundaries become a bit thin, because if you're not focusing on the product side and you're just focusing on the marketing side, then is that a pyramid scheme or is that not? That is my argument. But I'm so happy to hear that people are booking travel. But I fear that not as many should be when that is your product, you know? It was interesting, but I think as well, you know, getting in and that way in which most people get recruited in, it's mainly through those DMs, which probably will get sent out at 5 o'clock in the morning.
I don't get any of those DMs anymore since putting goodbye MLM, hello freedom in my bio Instagram. Now I get none. I used to get none. Now I get none, and it's great.
I know. They'll probably see it and be like, what? Why is she against network marketing?
Oh my gosh, she's so negative. Again, toxic positivity trait. If you talk badly about something that, you know, what we're doing now, it basically means we're negative bitches.
Yeah, it's so interesting, isn't it? Because we're talking about our experience and our truth. Most people will probably think that we're being negative about it, and it's so sad. It's like
you're not allowed to be. Yeah, you just got to be positive all the time, and you're not allowed to have an opinion on something, even though that we've done it.
And that's how deadly the industry can get. And you know, this,
and that's why people are scared to leave, because they don't want to come across negative or a failure.
God, yeah, like, yeah, God, were we failures?
And that's like, we'll dive deep into this on another episode, but that is a technique that cults use. This is one of those psychological techniques that they use.
Manipulation.
Exactly.
Yeah, it is.
But that's for another episode.
Definitely. I mean, I don't feel like a failure. I don't think you do either.
No, I mean,
I feel great. I feel like
we're going to Rhodes to live life this like 5 months in the hot sun.
And hopefully not be consumed in our phone, and just go on it for an hour maximum just to post our sick content and photo shoots, and then actually enjoy life and be in the present. And just be in the present. And that is something I've learned more and more now, is be in the present. I love my family to pieces, and I spend more time with them than ever, bearing in mind we're in lockdown, but I'm not on my phone as much. I have better conversation. I feel better myself. I feel like my life is on my own terms now, and in my own direction. My Instagram is my own terms, my direction. I have my
how good does that feel? Deleting all of those network marketing posts that you used to put on your Instagram that were just so fake.
I didn't even know what I was saying at the time. I didn't know what to post because I didn't know what to say, because it didn't feel right.
I used to look to you to see what you posted to get.
I probably copied someone else as well. It's so bad, and it's so like, I just felt so worthless as well, because one thing which I'd love to talk about again in more detail is that feeling of when you hit a promotion, that's one day of celebration and then you go to the next. I never felt good enough. I always felt like, I should have hit that promotion sooner than I did, or am I doing good enough I always wanted gratification from my mentor, and it's so sad.
So like damaging for your mental health. Like it really does damage people's mental health.
You should only get gratification from yourself and your progress through yourself. I woke up to a picture of me saying, next time I see blank, my mentor, I will be a 1-star director. Like, that was my first thing I woke up to for a few months. Like, that's vile.
It's disgusting.
That's so vile. Like, no, I should have wanted to be that for me.
You must wake up and think like, like, I'm not there yet. For God's sake, when am I going to get there yet?
Why am I not there yet? And then obviously
beat yourself up over it.
Yeah, and then of course with the law of attraction, you're attracting that back to you. But it was so interesting. But I feel like, I'm so grateful now that I didn't get to that milestone, because I would say it's harder to leave when you hit that milestone, because you get an extra pay bonus, you get this willable income, which I would love for us to dive into and actually realize if that's true or not, because I don't know really if that's 100% true or not. But when you hit that milestone in the company that we were in, it is much harder to leave, because you're not going to want to leave that extra income or that guaranteed income. So I am grateful I didn't hit that milestone, ironically.
Do you think you would have struggled to leave if you did?
Possibly, yeah. And it's that shame and that guilt of letting your team down. I mean, I was only 40 people away, and to say goodbye to 60 people who were in my team and say I'm not doing this anymore, although obviously not everyone was active and there were some people, it wasn't easy. And I'm still, I mean, I'm kind of over it now, but the first few months I did feel guilty, and I felt sad and upset that I couldn't follow through with what my main attention was. And ultimately I was the reason behind those 60 people getting involved and losing the money that they did. And
you do feel bad, don't you? You feel like it's, I know what you mean. You feel like, God, I shouldn't have put you guys through this, because now I'm completely going back on everything that I'm saying.
It's like it wasn't me.
But people change.
I know, 100%, and we should change. And grow and develop and see things from a different view. So, going said that, I got to a team of 60, Nick around 40. So we are aiming.
No, it wasn't that much.
Was it not?
No, it was like 20, 25.
Okay.
Nick 30.
Still pretty damn good. Ish in their terms, not in our terms now. But basically we
not good enough.
We are not good enough. Should have got there sooner.
Yeah.
We are on a mission to sort of help people get out if that's what they want. If you don't want that and you're super set in it and you love it, then that's fine. But
good for you.
I'm still keen on having a conversation if you want to. I don't want it to be out of attack, because I don't want you to feel like that. But I do want to help those that don't want to be it anymore and are losing money, because
this is what the podcast is all about, really. We just want you to if you're thinking of leaving, that's okay. It's normal.
Okay.
You're not a failure.
No, you're amazing.
You're amazing. We
love
you.
Life gets really great. The freedom.
Life gets so much better.
The freedom.
The grass is greener on the other side.
The grass is greener. Yeah. Okay, I feel like we should leave it there, because it's been so great.
Yeah. How long
we
has it
really
been?
love like 40 minutes.
Oh wow, okay.
That's
a good,
we've got lots 50 minutes. we've got lots to come. We are really excited for you to be on our journey, not just to this podcast, but our journey with Going Now to Rhodes, and see whatever pops up on its way. And just to have some really honest and open conversations, young single women about to adopt a new lifestyle, family dramas maybe, lifestyle, and of course the big elephant in the room, MLM. We've got a lot to talk about. We've got a lot of tea to spill in a nice way.
Interesting. It'll be interesting as well, because right now obviously we're set up on Zoom, but if you follow us, you'll see that, you know, there's going to be a different we'll be recorded in Rhodes, which will be interesting. We don't even know what our room looks like. We don't really do. We've got like one picture of what it looks like, and I don't know how big the space is, but it'll be interesting.
We'll figure it out.
We'll come along with us. We'll take you on a journey.
Come along with the ride. And also please follow us on Instagram if you don't already. I am at Tash Margetson, and you are? I
am at Nicola_Marston. That's MARSTON.
Oh yeah, and mine is MARGETSON. We actually have the same initials.
Yeah. Well, but everyone knows her as Tash. Her name is Natasha.
Maybe I should be Natasha now, because this could turn into a business. I've always said.
I called you Natasha the other day and you're like, that's weird.
No, oh, did you? Well, you call me Tasha sometimes, which takes a bit of time to get used to.
Oh yeah, true.
I don't mind it. I quite like Tish as well, but Tish takes me back to my Corsica times. That's what everyone called me, Tish. I like Tash, whatever. Tash.
Tash works.
I get called Bosh occasionally. Gosh, Tish, Tash, Tosh, Bosh was the added on it. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in.
Thank you guys.
Hope lockdown is going okay. Speak out, do what you need to do.
If you do want to reach out to us, our inbox is open. If you ever feel like you are struggling in the MLM industry, we just want to chat. We'll help you.
Definitely, we are here to help spread the message.
And lots of love and positive.
And please, when you do listen to this, please tag us in the stories. We would love to hear who is listening to us. Ramble on. But yeah, thank you so much, and we can't wait to launch episode 2 coming soon.
Ooh,
lots of love.